Edward Van Halen's 1982 red, white and black stripe Kramer, known to guitar nerds as the Kramer ad guitar, has sold for a staggering $2,734,000, making it the sixth most expensive guitar ever sold at auction. It joins an elite company of instruments once owned by David Gilmour, John Lennon, Kurt Cobain, Jerry Garcia, and another of Eddie's own guitars, all sitting in the top 10 list of most expensive guitars ever sold. So what makes this particular Kramer so significant? And how did it end up on the auction block? Let's find out. In 1982, Eddie Van Halen began collaborating with Kramer guitars. This was the very first instrument they built together, a red, black and white striped model constructed at Kramer's factory in Neptune, New Jersey. Here's Eddie himself at the factory that November, working on and testing the new instrument. Its design and finish was modelled on his original Frankenstein, or Frankenstrat, the homemade creation cobbled together from various Fender, Gibson and other parts, becoming the most iconic of his striped guitars. That one now belongs to his son Wolfgang. Like the Frankenstrat, this Kramer carries a Floyd Rose bridge. Kramer was the first brand to adopt the Floyd as standard. A slanted bridge humbucker, an empty middle slot, and a neck single coil that quite possibly wasn't even wired in. On the back of the headstock, in gold Gothic script, it reads, Number 1 Edward Van Halen model. Once completed, it featured, with Eddie, in this iconic Kramer advertisement, along with the quote, "It's very simply the best guitar you can buy today." This ad cemented its nickname, the Kramer ad guitar, and Eddie's endorsement sent Kramer sales soaring. For a time in the 80s, the brand rivaled Fender and Gibson in popularity. Eddie then took this guitar on the road, playing it extensively on the South American leg of Van Halen's Diver Down tour in early 1983, also known as the Hide Your Sheep tour. There's plenty of footage like this of Eddie playing the Kramer ad guitar during these shows, footage that gives the guitar ironclad provenance in the collector's market. This wasn't a prop or a backup. It was a stage-used instrument that Eddie poured his genius through. After the tour, Eddie gave the guitar to his trusted technician, Robin Rudy Liren, inscribing on the body, "Thanks, Rude. It's been a great 10 years. Let's do another 10. Liren later sold it to Motley Crue's Mick Mars, who reportedly used it during the sessions for the band's 1989 album, Dr. Feelgood. Mars eventually passed it on to a private collector, and it resurfaced in August 2025 when it was announced that it would be going up for auction at Sotheby's with an estimated value of between $2 and $3 million US. It went on public display briefly in Monterey, California, before heading to the block, with an opening bid of $2 million. The hammer fell on October 24, 2025, with a final price of $2,734,000 US. This makes Eddie Van Halen's Kramer ad guitar the sixth most expensive guitar ever sold at auction. Right behind, John Lennon's Framus Hootenanny, Eddie Van Halen's Kramer, used in the Hot for Teacher video, David Gilmour's Black Strat, Kurt Cobain's Fender Mustang, used in the Smells Like Teen Spirit video, and Kurt Cobain's Martin, used in Nirvana's MTV Unplugged performance. It's a reminder of just how valuable Eddie's guitars have become, and how powerful his legacy remains in the rock world. It also makes you wonder, what price would some of his other iconic instruments command today? His Bumblebee guitar is buried with Dimebag Darrell, a heartwarming gesture from Eddie, who donated the instrument to honour the fallen guitarist. Then there's his 5150 Kramer, his Ibanez Destroyer, and of course the original Frankenstrat. All remain in the hands of his son, Wolfgang, who has vowed never to sell a single one of his father's guitars. So with so few of Edward Van Halen's classic instruments ever hitting the open market, it's no wonder that pieces like this attract such astronomical prices. And with Eddie's 1982 Kramer now firmly placed among the top 10 most expensive guitars of all time, you might be wondering, what's the story behind the other 9? Well, as it happens, I've made a video all about that list. Go check it out. I'll see you there.